Up next, projects building on Immutable. First up, Tap Nation. Boy, this one really just... I didn't know what to make of this at first. It's another collab, another partnership with Immutable, which is absolutely awesome, and that's what they do, and that's great. But like, I'm looking more into Tap Nation. It's a tech startup specialized in helping game developers, specifically in the mobile game industry, and they've already been doing it with over 80 game studios around the world, and it looks like they've been doing majority in Web 2. They've got like over 1 billion downloads in all these games. So, I was talking to you, Rubick, a little bit about this before we came on. They're basically, like you said, like a publisher, but that's what Immutable does. And then I'm thinking, well, okay, Immutable's got all these games. They've got to outsource some work to keep up with it, and I'm not mad about it. I was just like, kind of scratching my head. I was like, but they were a publisher, but it makes sense. They got to keep up with the work. Your thoughts on Tap Nation coming to Immutable?
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to give another point too. Everyone always asks, like, why are people still making TCGs? There's so many of them, and why are people still doing this? There's so much competition. These guys were nobodies in 2017, and now they've grossed 60 million They grow 60 million monthly active users. They'll be making billions of dollars a year out of all their games, and so, everyone's having a shot at the title pretty much. But to answer your question, okay, there's 2 games coming from their 100 plus games are going to be ported over to Immutable. So this will be like the feeler. Immutable is a publisher, but they don't publish. They've got 260 games, but they only publish 5 games and sort of semi-publish 3 others that I know of. That's probably 6-month-old data, so it might have changed now. But so what Immutable's goal is, remember, mission is to transform the industry. And if they go to publishers, huge publishers, and say, here's these simple APIs to plug into our blockchain to turn your games into Web3 games with the simple API calls, bang, done. Like it's onboarded, then all the activity that happens on ZK EVM, they start making profit from all the transaction costs, from the 2% protocol fee. If they get, if they all those 100 games eventually turn into blockchain games, and they've got 60 million monthly users, that's millions and millions of dollars of fees going to IMX holders as well as IMX. So that's the goal. This is a huge win, massive win